we are trying something different. Tonight was a date night. We did our typical date night, which is the movies. We did a date night that was not typical. The other day we went to a bull riding event. That was fun. That was different. But yeah, we love going to the movies. That's our date night. And we always come back and do a review. But typically we record it and then I have to edit and share. But I decided to do this new YouTube vertical live just to check it out. See if anyone shows up while we do our review. So I am Karen Sawyer with her sidekick,
Mark.
So we went to go see The Boys in the Boat. I hadn't heard anything about this movie, just like I didn't hear anything about the last movie you picked, right? What was the last movie you picked? I can't remember what it was. What was the last movie? And I didn't know anything about it. And then I had I loved it. Yes, the American Fiction. Yes. So, yeah, I hadn't heard about that movie. So, if you haven't seen that movie yet, then go check out our review for the American Fiction. But tonight is all about the review of The Boys in the Boat. I had never heard it. He had asked me yesterday if I wanted to go see it. No, he didn't ask me. He told me he knew that I wasn't going to enjoy. So I said, okay, well, enjoy. He didn't go see it. So I guess he didn't want to go alone. So he asked me, this time he asked me. So I said, well, what is it about? He read it to me and I said, oh, it said it was an inspirational or inspiring movie. So I figured, okay, I can sit through that. But I had no expectations because I hadn't even heard anything about it. So we went to see it and I really thoroughly enjoyed it. So we're going to give a review, but not spoil anything. This is no spoilers, okay? So, it was a very inspiring movie that took place, 1936?
1936.
1936. And who was the director? Who was the
George Clooney.
George Clooney was the director. And this took place in Washington State.
Seattle,
Washington. And they built a road team, right? And so it was a very inspirational story. I would say that this was their first time. The school going as far as they went.
Oh, you mean winning?
Yeah, well, we don't want to say winning.
You mean doing well? They've had a team.
Okay.
But yeah, but they would always not, they were never the best.
Okay. So tell me what you enjoyed most about the movie. So our subscribers, when I say us, I mean our subscribers. So tell them what you enjoyed most about the movie.
So it was inspirational. It's sort of like an underdog movie. Again, not a spoiler because you can read the script, but it's right after the Great Depression. So there's still a lot of, tremendous amount of working class people. So the traditional schools that had rowing are the schools that also traditionally had a lot of money and wealthy people attend them. So Washington University was not really one of those. It was more of a working class town type university. So that whole underdog feel I thought was very inspirational. People that seeing people that really worked hard to achieve something. They again throughout number of things, obstacles they had to overcome, that typical type of movie, that determined the final outcome. But I thought the characters were good. I thought the leadership was inspirational in the way they went about things and the effort and the work and the camaraderie that, they built together.
Yes.
I really enjoyed.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I was actually surprised. I just thought, since you said something about history, I was like, oh gosh, I don't hear anything about no history. Like, I don't want to hear that. That's not my thing. But I was thoroughly surprised that I truly enjoyed it. I really got into it. It was a good movie, a feel-good movie, inspirational movie. I wish they had at the end, however, when at the end of a movie where they tell you where it happened, where each person moved on, like what they did with their career, and you know, where it says they now live or used to live, and they got married, they had this many kids, now they moved to blah. They didn't give us that information. So I kind of wish they had did that. I don't know why they didn't do that at the end. That's what I thought. I would love to have known what each person then did after. But yes, and the main character, his story was, wow, a triumph story for sure. So I don't want to give anything away, so I don't want to say too much about that, but it was good to see that he was able to overcome. So yes, it was definitely a feel good movie. Anything else you want to add about? Because you normally like to talk about character development. You know, I thought they could have did a little better job with character development with regard to his girlfriend. We didn't know much about her. Would you agree or no?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we really didn't know much about her.
No, we didn't really know much about her. But was the main focus him?
I would think so.
Yes, because of the way it ended. Yeah, the main focus was him. So there was a lot of character development there. So yeah, I would say definitely it's not a sad movie. So it's not a tearjerker. It's definitely it's not a comedy. It's definitely an inspirational movie. So with that being said, does anyone have any questions? I see that we do have 5 people live before we end, because we're going to just tell you if we want to give it 1 thumb or 2 thumbs up. But we are live. Again, we typically don't go live when we do our reviews. So since you're here, if you have any questions, let me see if I can even see the chat. Okay, so I see the chat and I don't see anything in there. So I guess you don't have any questions. So with that, do you want to give it 1 thumbs up or 2 thumbs up?
I think it should.
Wait a minute, before we do that though, we normally give it a rating between 1 and 5. 1 to 5, what would you give it?
I would give it a solid 4.
Oh, okay. What would have made it a 5?
I don't know. A little bit more, let's say a little bit more character development for some of the individual people. We did get quite a bit about one, but yeah, I would have even liked some more backstory on him, honestly.
On who?
On the main character.
More backstory like what? They already gave it to us. Like what? I can't give it away, but like what other backstory would you have liked?
More. That's all.
Okay, well, I don't think there was more to give, but we can't give it away. I think, how about his friend? I think they could have gave it, because I don't know much about him. The one that was in class with him, he's the one that got him to go and try for the road team. I think they could have gave a little more character development.
They basically stopped that after they made the team. They didn't really talk. I mean,
he was on the team, right?
He was there, but they didn't do a whole lot of hanging or anything.
Yeah, so really, it was really all about him. We don't know much about the coach. Really, it really was about him. So I don't know why they called the boys in the boat, but it was really mainly about him. So you gave it a 4. I would give it a 4.5. I'll give it a 4.5. What would have made it a 5 for me is a little bit more character development on some of the other characters, as well as some information at the end about where each person, each rower, I guess that's what you call them, like what happened after the team. So I would give it a 4. So with that, we're going to give it 2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up.
All right. Thank you so much for joining. And as always, remember, there's 86,400 seconds in every day. Make every second count.
Don't waste any of them.
Bye, y'all. Let's see if I can end this thing.